Hi guys, I'm Maria Parmigiani, your CW14 star, and I'm checking out Terror on the Fox. I'm here with Beaker, and what is your relationship with Terror on the Fox?
I am the owner of Pale Eye Productions, which is a production company responsible for creating and staffing this entire event.
And it's a pretty big event. It's not just a haunted house, right? It's like a haunted experience.
Yeah, it's a whole attraction. We have 4 attractions here, plus a train ride and a walk through the woods. So it's a night of fun for sure.
Or terror. And what is different about this haunted house as opposed to other ones?
Well, one of the things that we really strive for in our attraction is realism. From the sights to the sounds to the smells. I mean, in every room that you go in, there's smells that you have. We do have 24 tracks of audio that play throughout the main attraction. And we really try to look at that level of detail and try to make it as realistic and really surround you in the environment to really kind of take you out of the real world environment that you've been dealing with and put you into our world where we get to have fun with you.
Torture. And what's different about this year at Terror on the Fox as opposed to other years? Have you guys changed anything?
This year was a huge renovation for us. Last year we redid our facade. This year we took and gutted the inside of all of our big scenes. So the room that we're standing in right now last year used to be cave, so there's rock formations and everything around you. We ripped all that out and we turned it into this shipping company that we have called Horween, which is where we take the dismembered bodies and ship them around the country.
Have you guys gotten a lot of community support with Terror on the Fox?
Oh, absolutely. There's been a lot of people who have really been with us for years. The biggest one is Oneida Casino has really been a really strong supporter of us for, gosh, I can't even count the years that they've been involved with us. And then there's other people like Monster, Mystique Imagery, and other people like that who have really been around with us, for years, really trying to help us make this be a bigger event for the community.
You guys keep it new and fresh, and you don't want the same old stale haunted house. How do you keep the ideas flowing? Is it just comes naturally?
Well, there's an entire team that makes this happen. It's not an individual effort. There's a bunch of us, and someone has a dream, somebody sees something, there's a movie, there's something that triggers something. Like this area kind of was triggered off of the movie The Green Mile. I was watching it one day and saw some stuff that I really liked that I thought that the team that we have would be able to recreate, and that's kind of where this came from. One of the other events, a couple of our key actors came to us and said, hey, Silent Hill's an awesome movie. There's this really cool stuff we could do with it, and we kind of went with that theme out there. So it's really just a lot of input from people, a lot of dreams, a lot of twisted thoughts, and a lot of sitting down and talking about what we can do to really kind of freak people out and what scares people. We've got a friend who's terrified of wet hair. As weird as that sounds, so we have a couple of props that have wet hair just in case she walks through.
And speaking of scary movies, what's your favorite one? If you had to pick just one.
Shaun of the Dead. That's Shaun of the Dead. It's
a scary movie.
Yeah. There's some. If you've watched that, there's actually some great special effects in there. There's really good blood and gore in that. I mean, if you're talking just straight up like old school horror, like The Shining, has always been a really good one. That one's really kind of always affected me. Yeah, I remember watching that as a little kid, and that's just a really good scary flick.
It is pretty creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Red rum.
Mm-hmm.
Johnny's not here
Yeah,
right now.
right.
Mrs. Torrance. Okay. And what would you tell someone who is kind of afraid to come out to the haunted house? How would you convince them to come to Terror on the Fox?
Well, I mean, just like every movie out there, everything that we do is make-believe. And more importantly than all of that, it's a charity event. So even if you can't make it all the way through, and we do have emergency exits that you can get out everywhere along the way, your money does go into charity, which goes right into the local youth in the community. Year to date, we've raised over $500,000 for charity, encroaching on that $750,000. And that's great because it really does go directly right back into the youth. So if nothing else, just look at it as a donation of, trying to help build the community up, which is quite frankly something that this entire world needs right now.
Fabulous. If you'd like to check out Terror on the Fox, click on the information on your screen.